the overdue collapse of the 9-to-5 job. We can all agree that our society is constantly changing. This change is not limited to cultural and societal values. You can see that there has been a shift in workforce demography, but has it affected the dynamic of 9-to-5 jobs? Keep watching this video until the end to find out if the collapse of 9-to-5 jobs has started, and if yes, then why so? The American unions created the 9-to-5 job pattern in the 1800s. It slowly became mainstream in over 100 years. But don't you think an old system can be problematic for our time? Why such an old system is still in our work demography baffles me. This 9-to-5 job pattern was created for some specific jobs but has become a trend. People do not see that some jobs do not require this many hours. It isn't as good for the company as it is for the employees. So today, 9-to-5 is long overdue for the collapse. Why, you ask me? The 9-to-5 40-hour work week was created by Henry Ford to make his company a dream place for auto workers to get a job. This created a huge trend in the market and benefited Henry as well. It slowly became so popular that other companies were forced to do the same. But do you think today's office work is the same as 1800s auto work? Few jobs like working at food outlets, farms, or even a factory for 40 hours a week sound productive. But working in an office for the same time is just harassment. Somehow today, every profession is just squeezed in the same pattern. Every office or business needs to produce tasks more consistently. Even when the business season ends and the company does not have enough projects, the office workers are still supposed to work the same hours. With our society growing and evolving daily, the change is not far. The jobs that require fixed office hours and are office-based are facing some challenges. The change might be overdue, but a shift is coming soon. Factors that are affecting the shift. 1. Automation. Automation has taken society by storm. It mostly handles especially repetitive tasks. This is reducing the working population and directly and indirectly halting 9-to-5 jobs. 2. Remote work availability. COVID-19 has evolved the work environment. It has made the workforce believe that work does not require an office and can be done from home. Even though the COVID restrictions have been lifted, many companies still practice work-from-home job patterns. Some companies have also started hybrid working systems. This work practice will dynamically affect the 9-to-5 practices. 3. SelfAware Generation. The previous generation only focused on earning and feeding their family. We all have seen the older generation unable to maintain a work-life balance, but the upcoming generation is still waiting to make the same mistake. They thrive on the concept of self-love and understand the idea that a job is a part of life, not life itself. This will cause companies to take a step back from fixed office hours. If these houses are not changed, some flexibility will surely be provided. 4. Increased self-awareness. People are now more aware of their mental health and burnout. They constantly change their habits, which may lead to burnout or mental health conditions. This has greatly emphasized the need for new work models. 5. Environmental concerns. Growing awareness of the environmental impact caused by traditional office setups has also contributed to this collapse. This awareness has pushed the work pattern to a more sustainable way, and it will surely bring change in rigid work locations and fixed hours. 6. The rise of gig opportunities. In the past decade, it has become evident that people have changed their work preferences from office work to freelancing or gig work. Online shopping and food platforms have contributed to this gig economy. Besides taking the traditional 9-to-5 jobs, people are choosing jobs that give flexible hours and have no rigid commitments. 7. Policies introduced by the government. The government has developed many policies in response to an increase in mental health conditions among citizens. These policies were made to save the employees from possible burnout and harassment. They will affect a possible change in traditional office work structures. 8. More focus on individual productivity. Technological advancements have developed advanced project management tools that make it easier for companies to monitor and map individual outputs. This has decreased the need for face time, a necessity at work. This may result in a work arrangement that is entirely fixed output based rather than fixed hours. 9. Increased global competition. The rapid increase in global competition and talent shortage are huge problems faced by companies. Companies associated with the globalized market need employees from different locations. Due to this, companies have to maintain a flexible work environment to attract and retain talented employees. With the increase in global competition, companies must provide their employees flexible hours and no rigid locations. This is also a dominating factor in the possible collapse of 9-to-5 jobs. 10. The rise of hustle culture. The hustle culture focuses on personal achievement, giving, and being your best. It is a mentality that pushes people to achieve their goals. Now, this culture is becoming wildly popular and individuals giving their best in work for their professional growth. This will drive companies towards independent work models, which will definitely break the 9-to-5 constraints. Although there are some benefits to the 9-to-5 work model, it is not a blood-sucking demon. This has proven its worth for more than hundreds of years. It could be better, but there is always room for improvement. Many people want 9-to-5 to stay as it is. 1. It provides structure and stability. The 9-to-5 schedule follows a strict schedule, which leaves no room for surprises. It maintains and builds a sense of routine for workers and the company. 2. Alternatives to the 9-to-5 work pattern are freelancing and the gig economy. Although they sound tempting and give you all kinds of freedom, they do not offer a sense of job security or fixed income. So some people just prefer to work from 9-to-5. 3. 9-to-5 also come with workplace benefits. Although a fixed location may sound appealing to some, it separates your work and personal space. People with remote work profiles may be able to yield a different result than the professional work environment. Workplace benefits not only provide a professional work environment, but also include health insurance, paid time off, a professional growth environment, and an opportunity to separate your personal and professional life. 4. Also, people working in an office have more social interactions. This boosts confidence and builds connections, which can help anyone foster their professional career. It also promotes teamwork abilities and communication and creates a community among colleagues. 9-to-5 depends on personal preference and choices. The future may hold a variety of work models. We have seen many emerging as well. Even though new models will come into practice, 9-to-5 can still coexist. The collapse of 9-to-5 is still far away. However, we can see other work models and functions. Possibilities are we can see more of these other than 9-to-5 jobs. 1. Remote and hybrid work. After COVID-19, we saw more remote and hybrid work in the corporate world. This may continue to grow and become a type of job. 2. Hybrid model. It is also widespread. Some companies have decided to use some weekdays as office days and some for remote work. This is a good replacement for rigid 9-to-5 jobs. 3. CoWorking spaces are not a standard job practice, but they positively influence employees and employers. This type of job practice provides a professional environment outside a traditional office. It will provide all the benefits of rigid location office work like networking, time management, and team building skills without restrictions. 4. Time-based and result-based work. These work models can be a total game changer. In these work models, the employees are paid based on how much time they have worked or achieved outcomes. These will negate the factors of companies trying to tout employees for fixed hours even without any genuine reasons. What are your thoughts on the 9-to-5 work model? Do you want it in practice or are you tired of it?